Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Zelda Link to the Past Plando Tournament. Tonight we're going to be featuring Krelbel versus Ulimaniac. This should be a pretty interesting seed here. It's a Defeat Ganon Open 7-7. They do have... let me bring up the modes here real quick. We put up the shortcuts for you folks, and if you're familiar with those, then you'll know what it is already. But what we have is key sanity. So our runners are going to be finding the keys everywhere, random bosses, and shuffled enemies. So the goal here is going to be to defeat Ganon. They're going to have to get all 7 crystals before Ganon is vulnerable, and they can enter into Ganon's tower. Ganon's tower with 7 crystals. So a little bit about the Plandomizer here. Our runners get to place 2 items each, so they're going to know where the 2 items that they placed are, and then, just to mix it up, the commentators and the trackers have placed 1 item, and we have solicited a random viewer from our Discord to place 1 additional item in the seed. So there are 6 items that get placed in these seeds, and 4 of which are known by the runners, but each of them only knows 2 of them. Oh boy, this is already going to be interesting with these shuffled enemies. We see Uli going over here for what looks like an early Houlihan. Meanwhile, Krelbel is going ahead and checking out the escape. Uncle does not seem to be offering anything, but wow, this chest off to the side with 100 rupees. Both a dead rock and a wizrobe in there. They didn't want him to get that.
Hey, thanks, sir. Good evening, everybody. I hope you're having fun. I know it's already started. Sorry, I'm doing triple duty tonight. Bear with me and pray for me.
That is okay. I even forgot to introduce myself. I am Cerberoth, and with me on the mic is the Ancient Gamer, and we're going to bring you this race here. It should be really, really interesting. I honestly, I rolled this seed, and I gotta tell you, I don't remember where anything is. So this will be fun and exciting to see where this stuff is, what our runners do, and where they find the things. So there's that bottle that Krelbel picked up. Ulimaniac has that now, and see how he deals with the Wizrobe and the Dead Rock. All right, there is a key there to Thieves Town dungeon for Krelbel. As I said earlier, this is a key sanity, so the keys, the small keys and the big keys, can be shuffled anywhere. In addition to that, the maps and the compasses are shuffled up, and the maps tell the runners what kind of prize the dungeon has. And the compasses do something else in this mode, and I don't remember what that is.
Compasses give you a chest count, so you'll know that you got all of your items.
That's what it is. There you go. Yeah, because since the keys are all shuffled up, there's no guarantee that Ice Palace, for example, will have 3 items in it. All right. So Krelbel buying some bombs there. Uli checking the lumberjack tree. I didn't quite catch what that was. Hopefully it's not something too terribly exciting. Meanwhile, Krelbel going to be coming over here to the tavern.
Ooh, and a lift.
Yeah. That's really nice to see early. Man.
Because one of the interesting things about Key Sanity is the fact that you don't have your normal item count in dungeons. So anything that helps you look more, you're going to want. That glove is possible. Oh, wow. It's also an enemizer.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. This is, the enemies are shuffled. So this is enemy shuffle, and they've also done a randomized bosses. So that means, if I understand the mode correctly, what's going to happen is each of the bosses are all shuffled. So they're guaranteed to get one of each of the bosses, but they're just shuffled. So Trinox, not necessarily in Turtle Rock anymore. Could be, for example, in Palace of Darkness. That does include the two bosses in Ganon's, or the three bosses, excuse me, in Ganon's Tower. The Light World bosses all doubled up there. They get shuffled up into the mix as well.
I just want to note, Krelbel getting the worst thing that you get in Enemizer, which is chicken house full of red guards. That's something you hate to see right at the beginning. And J-Lo, thank you pointing out that half magic was on Lumberjack Ledge.
Thank you. That is, see, half magic is a fantastic item to get, but I don't know if our runners are going to go get that. Lumberjack, obviously, as we all know, requires both defeating Aghanim and having the boots. That's just a combination our runners are going to be loath to do.
We're going to make a prediction that neither runner is going to go get that half magic.
I would agree with that prediction. See what the well has to offer us. Now, interesting here, Uli did not go and buy those bombs, so those bomb spots here in both Blind's Hut and the well are not going to be opened up by. So we'll see if
a common gamble. That's a get, but you'll notice you didn't go into Thieves' Hut, did he?
I think it did. Yeah, well, I could remember Krelbel going in there then. But yeah, Krelbel getting 10 arrows there. Not very interesting.
A lot of times I will risk jumping in the well to see if I find bombs, because it's not that big of a deal to jump back down in there just for the, whereas in Thieves' Hut, you got to climb all the way back down those stairs. Yeah. I usually don't like to try to do that for bombs.
Yeah, ooh, look at this. Uli taking advantage of the enemy shuffle and getting a fish here. He's gonna use the bottle vendor there to get an assortment of items, including 8 bombs, which is really nice. So it looks like he didn't go into Blind's Hut, or at least.
Sorry.
Oh, well, go ahead.
No, just shout out to Fusion. He did go. You were right. Shout out to Fusion on the fish straps.
Yeah. The fish strats, really nice there. You see, you got a full decanter of magic. You got a bunch of bombs. That's really, really handy. All right, Krelbel looks like he's just going straight for the maze game. This is tech that I like, rather than going and checking. And then if it's something worthwhile, you have to walk all the way back around. I know this is a little bit slower if it's junk, but if it's something that you pick up. There's a heart piece there. This early in the game, I don't usually turn those away. You see Krelbel picking it up.
I'm going to argue that in the Enemizer, like you said, this early, no health is bad health.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly my feelings. It's early in the game. Krelbel already has 6 hearts, which is pretty nice. But once you get around like 10 or so, look at this, man. Rollers and this enemy shuffle is.
See, and that's the thing. This is where just the program that rolled the seed and set the enemies can get in the game more than any Plando pick ever could.
Yeah, we see those rollers. We see, oh no, Uli taking a death there. There was even an anti-fairy floating around. I don't know if you caught that.
Yes, one of my most hated enemies. What was that? A fire rod?
No, that was a sword.
That was a sword. Okay, I'm old.
That's okay. So there, Krelbel finding the first sword, in the back of Sahasrara's hut. That is really nice find. Gonna want 2 more of those at some point.
Yeah, but it's also awesome because now it releases him to not have to worry about doing bomb strats for Mini Moldorm.
Yep.
He can do escape. That was actually a good find shooting over there to Sahasra first.
Yeah, it's interesting how, he shot over just to Sahasrara, didn't go over to Eastern Palace, right? Like, is that something that he placed there? Don't know. Now,
I doubt it, but it's possible.
It's very possible. I frankly, straight up, don't remember. So, just for those viewing at home, we do reveal the picks at the end of the race when both runners have finished.
Now, Yuli opting not to go to Mini Moldorm, probably because he's only got 4 bombs, which means he would have to do it perfectly. Open it and get a double hit on the 2 on the left. So you know what? I think he's going to wind up getting that sword because he's going to go to Sahasrara hoping for more bombs and a weapon, and he's going to get paid off on that.
Yeah, and we see, right, Krelbel going in there and finding Mini Moldorms. Because this is an enemy shuffle, there was also a Mini Helmasaur in there. Yeah, this enemy shuffle is... Oof.
Thieves Town, big key.
Mm-hmm.
And in case I didn't mention, we did find out that Desert was a green pendant, if I didn't mention that.
Yep, Sahasrara giving that information away. Now all the other hints are turned off. So there's Uli getting that sword. I bet you he's excited to see that.
Yeah, he is, because that was what he was looking for when he went that way. And I'm thinking that's probably what Krelbel was looking for as well. I didn't consider the enemizer part of this. Like you said, you went in there was a Mini Helma. There could be shadow sneaks in there, which are really difficult to kill with bombs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Uli and Krelbel look like they are no strangers to this enemized mode, so just the way they're kind of playing.
I am not familiar with Krelbel, unfortunately. Big King's Dark Palace. You know you know full well, I'm very familiar with Yuli.
Yep.
I was the one that taught him into entering this tournament, and yes, he is absolutely familiar with Enemizer because that's about all we do when it's me versus him. So,
all right, we're gonna see that Mini Moldorm came from Ulimaniac. Meanwhile, we're gonna see back of escape here from Krelbel. So this will be interesting to see what items are picked up there. If he gets that key and tries to do a dark room version, or dark rooms to dark cross, it would be really interesting. Enemized. Look at all the crazy stuff that's there. Book of Mudora and Magic Cape. No key, so he's not going to do dark cross. But wow, those are 2 really, really interesting items. That is 2/3. Huh?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say that's 2/3 of the way to Aga.
It is. And also in an Enemizer seed, that cape is very welcome because you got an invincibility item to get you out of a jam. The next most welcome item, I would say, would be Bombos, which is the Enemizer player's best friend.
Yeah, Bombos are really... I think Bombos, is definitely an undervalued medallion. It's sad that some of the other medallions don't have as much effect as they really should have, like the Quake medallion, for example.
But I just FYI, I've tried the Quake medallion, and I've been surprised by how many enemies it gets rid of. In Ice Palace, those pin gators, it kills them outright.
Yep, as does Bombos.
And it works on those dead rocks.
Quake works on the dead rocks?
Yeah, if you haven't hit them and you hit Quake, they turn into those little bouncy bubble things.
Yeah, whoa, is that a shovel on the island?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Oh boy, I smell fetch quests. Oh, there's a roller.
Yeah, the main fake flipper, is that what he's doing?
Yeah, look, it's fake flippering, and there's a roller in the river. Oh man. Oh, look at this play. Krelbel going straight into desert. Now, this could be boot locked. The guy under the bridge didn't look like he produced much of anything, and only getting hit by that roller. My goodness.
I was wondering if maybe it was a plant there by Uli, because that wouldn't be a bad plant to plant something on Hobo and then plant the flipper somewhere else deep.
Yeah.
Moon Pearl.
Moon Pearl. Yeah. Wow. All right, there's the second item here for Krelbel. He doesn't care about that at all.
He doesn't have boots.
Well, but it's a shield, right? Like,
It would be full Wesker, you'd care. But, you know, if he's not into that.
If I'm Krelbel, right, I think I just say, oh, there goes Mirror Shield. So, all right, Krelbel looks like he's going to complete the rest of Escape now. Oh boy, look at all these mini Helmas and everything under here.
Oh man, hey brother, you are here. Shout out to Wesker. I will make this a meme by sheer force of will. Krelbel going into Escape now.
Yeah.
Finding 3 bombs in that first chest. Uli, meanwhile, is headed straight to desert, so I'm thinking he's going to get his Moon Pearl.
Yeah, that'll be a really good find. He did pick up the book. He went to the back of Escape there, picked up the book and the magic cape, much like Krelbel. And he does have that sword from the back of Sahasrala's hut. Our tracker there is not quite updated, but we'll make sure we get that updated for you.
Yeah, and shout outs to Adalor, our tracker, stepping in at the last moment and canceling a multi to do this. Really appreciate that, man. I owe you one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all our tournament volunteers are doing overtime to bring this tournament to you, and it's been fantastic so far. Oh, that was the map.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I think you were gonna say what?
I was just gonna say map. I'm sorry that I'm on the laptop to do this, and there is a serious delay on my push to talk.
Oh, all right. No big deal. We can work around that. All right, Uli does not have the key, so he's over here on the left side of desert, and I'm not really sure. All right, looks like he's going to save and quit here. Meanwhile, Krelbel trying to find the big key down here. There it is in the mini mole dorm.
Did Uli pick up his Moon Pearl?
Yes, indeed he did. It was the first thing he did.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so with that, I believe we have Eastern and Zora in Logic, and that's about it so far.
Yep. Krelbel looks like he's going to go back to Dark Cross. This way doesn't require the key, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's a gutsy play.
Yeah.
Doing a dark room in Enemizer is, oh man.
Yeah,
it's iffy.
I made that mistake once. Yeah. 20 minutes later, I decided I would not make that mistake again.
Once?
Once was enough.
Oh, Uli realizing he was out of bombs.
Very heads up by Uli. I'm gonna go buy some bombs here. He's gonna go back to attempt the chicken house. This he took a death here before. Look at all these red guards. He got a sword this time, so hopefully a little bit easier for him.
And it looks like Krelbel took a death. I don't think he got the item.
No, I don't think he got the item either.
Dark Aga?
Well, you would still need...
No, that's right. This is Key Sanity. My bad.
Yeah, you still need the keys for here. So there are some chests in here that are available. I think there's just the one in this room right here, because you need the key. There is a second chest, I think, in the dark maze.
In the dark room. I forgot we were doing Key Sanity. It looked like he was going to go do a Dark Aga, and I was like, what?
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, okay. It was fruitless, but I mean it's heads up, right? That is showing that Krelbel knows this mode. He knows what he is doing. He's there, and he's basically cleaned out everything in the castle, with the exception of that Dark Cross, possibly.
Yeah, there's Dark Cross and there's the second chest in Aga Tower, both of which logically require lamp, which we have not seen yet. It looks like Uli is going to head to escape, and we know that he's going to get a couple of packs of bombs and a map in case he needs to go to the bathroom. He's not going to get anything really worthwhile out of that.
Now, I think Krelbel got a second bottle out of that, but that's it. That's about it. Bottles.
My mistake. My bad.
No. Bottles, very nice safeties, but they're not progressive items. So. All right, there's some blueberries for Ulimaniac. Meanwhile, we see Krelbel coming into the Eastern Palace. Well, I mean, at this point in time, what are our runners looking for?
They're looking for a hammer for Dark World, or another glove for Dark World access. There's the flippers.
So that screams maybe Zora? Or Zora Ledge.
Zora Ledge, Waterfall of Wishing. Zora was actually technically already in logic through that glove.
Yes, because you could lift up the... Yep. You can lift up the rock there. Oh, that Tech-Tyke. Just getting away from Uli. All right, so that not an interesting item there for Krelbel from the Eastern Palace map chest. I think that's the map chest. Maybe it's the compass chest. Either way, it's very uninteresting when you do this game by NMD.
I didn't see. What did he get out of there, sir?
I got a piece of heart.
Let's go mode.
A piece of heart?
If a single arrow can be go mode, why can't a piece of heart?
If you say so.
Small key to turn a rock, which they will be using at some point.
Maybe. All right, Ulimaniac taking the death here. This is going to reset him back to the front of the castle, possibly make that same play that we saw Krelbel make earlier and go up to the top, or at least that first chest at Aga Tower. Oof.
And Krelbel's showing no hesitation to try these dark rooms, even with Enemizer. That tells me right there he's really comfortable with this mode.
Yeah. And we saw a mimic in that room there that usually houses 2 anti-fairies and 2 of those little squiggly things.
The baby Fraggles?
Yeah. God, that might have been a red mimic, too. Only killable with arrows, typically.
Uli, I think, is not going back to desert. I think he's going to farm Zora money. And
he has Zora money, 777.
I'm wrong.
He's got lucky sevens. So
he never checked Agena because he didn't have bombs. That's why he had to leave and go get bombs.
And he's going to be sorely disappointed here.
Yeah, Yuli's had to do a couple of backtracks here that's cost him some time early. Krelbel is about to the point to where he is going to be finding whatever logically they need to find. He has already cleaned out Eastern, so we know that it's not the hobo here under the bridge. So I'm guessing Waterfall of Wishing, Zora Ledger. Zora is going to tell us what direction we need to go. What do you think it's going to be?
It's definitely going to be in that area. I think with the flippers, it's going to be the ledge, the Zora ledge.
No, I meant what item?
Oh, I think it's going to be that hammer in the Zora ledge.
I think it's going to be flute because I think in a Plando, one of them placed that hammer somewhere. If they knew where it was, they'd already been gone to get it.
I keep forgetting the Plando aspect to this, but yeah, you're right. Hammers is absolutely one of those popular items to place. So this Uli going ahead and doing the fake flippers again. So up here in the Zora area.
So the only way this hurts him is if it's ledge.
Yes. Unless, no, he doesn't have enough items to do a splash deletion.
Barry kicking out green potion and there's the mitts.
Wow.
There it is. Uli actually making up a little bit of time here. Because he's going to check that now. If it's something on the ledge, Kalostima, but it's just a map.
Okay.
So, okay.
That is something our runners can absolutely forego. Oh man, shadow sneaks and everything popping up around here. This is sheer madness. All right, and it's a small key from King Zora. Our runners do need that small key to Swamp Palace. That's the only one, right?
Oh yeah, and see, actually, that would indicate that Uli might be at a disadvantage if there's something in that first chest, because Krelbel has the flippers. He can do that first chest check, which is sort of a mean plant in Plando. Uli doesn't have those flippers by nature of not going to Eastern yet, so he's going straight here to Kakariko to probably get his Dark World.
Yeah.
And start his investigation.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting here. Ulimaniac has selected the book. So is this I'm going to go read the pedestal?
It absolutely is. And I agree with this play. Scout it now.
Yeah, he's got the myth, so can easily come back and go through to the that Dark World portal. But yeah, that's heads up. It is possible that Krelbel has placed something there on the pedestal, and Ulimaniac is not unaware of it, or the booth has placed something there, or the viewer, but it doesn't look like it.
Well, I believe it's ether.
Yeah, it is a coin of magic that freezes things, I believe is what it says. So that is going to be required if either Misery Mire or Turtle Rock requires that medallion. So it's possible that that's not something that our runners need. It's possible. But Ulimaniac now has that knowledge, and Krelbel does not. So we'll see if our runners are able to take it, if Ulimaniac is able to capitalize on knowing that Ether is on the pedestal.
And Krelbel going straight for
Town.
Rico as well, which leads me to believe that he did not plant anything in that swamp first chest.
Yeah, could be.
Yuli doing the back first.
Yeah, I like this track going up to Skull Woods first.
Skullwoods Trolls. When I was in my Link to the Past rando training, my sensei told me straight up, Skullwoods Trolls.
It really does. It really, really does. You're a Link to the Past sensei. Who was that? May I ask?
That was Wesker.
Ah, Wesker. All right, there, Ulimaniac making use of that magic cape already. Look at all the fire bars in this room. I don't know what's going on Uli's screen there. Getting a bunch of explosions. All right, and based on this music, I do believe that Skullwoods is a pendant. So
I don't think you can go by that in Key Sanity. The music is shuffled as well.
Is it? Oh, well then. Look at this. Krelbel finding landmos in for blind. So that's really nice. So going to be able to get the prize of this dungeon without too much difficulty here.
I like this player going to the boss first.
Mm-hmm.
Because now he can just go to the bottom and peace out.
Yep. Oh, I missed that item that Ulimaniac just got in Skull Woods. All right, he's rewarded with the map of Desert Palace and the red pendant.
Okay, so that's the red pendant. Desert, we know, is a green pendant. We have one pendant left.
Yep. One more pendant to go. Could it be the Skull Woods? If the music is indeed shuffled, we won't know. Ooh. Oh, the magic mirror. That is. Go ahead.
Yuli, you going to say the same thing. I was going to say Yuli making a really good pull out of there. That mirror is super helpful.
Absolutely, and there was a small key to Skull Woods. So Uli not particularly caring about that pull.
Oh wow! And I didn't think you need that mirror to get into swamp.
You do?
So, yeah, that would explain why. Well, not really, but that may be why I didn't see Krelbel go for it, because I just had this feeling somebody was going to do that. Hide something in that first swamp chest. I just had a feeling. Looks like Yuli is headed to Eastern now, though, while Krelbel is going to use the archery game to boost up his rupees a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this not bad if you're looking for some dough. I always wonder how games like this don't just simply go out of business. All right, that giving Krelbel looks like enough money for something and the digging game. I actually don't mind doing a couple of extra digs in the digging game to see if you can recoup your, wow! Really getting the flippers and piecing out. What's the digging game produce? And a little bit of love there from that dig game. So the question here is, where is Krelbel going to go next?
Looks like he's going to do Smith Chain.
Yeah, that does seem very reasonable. Our runners are really kind of limited on what dungeons they can go into right now.
Although, if you're going to... Oh, okay. Where is he going with that thing? Oh, he never did chess game. All right, he didn't have the rupees.
Yeah, and this makes more sense why he was building up some rupees. Although, yeah, 200 and some. So that's enough to do both of those games. Maybe he wanted some extra for a potion or something later on to fill up those bottles.
There's also pie.
Now there is also, yep, you're there. There is also Palace of Darkness. Okay, a key there on the bumper ledge. We're gonna see Oli go and get that right now. He does have the magic cape. Meanwhile, looks like. Go ahead.
Oh, Ken, there's no T in Ulimaniac. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that Krelbel looks like he's gonna go to old Stumpy over here. The Ice Rock.
They don't really want to see that.
Well, and this is so the bosses are shuffled as we have already seen. So Trinax could be anywhere. All right. Ulimaniac looks like it's going to be going over here to Graveyard Ledge. Doesn't have the boots for King's Tomb, but Graveyard Ledge at least. Meanwhile, Krelbel going to be coming over here to Hype Cave. Is it hype?
Yeah, Krelbel doing the more customary route, gets that big key to Meyer.
Yep.
Yuli is going the north route. Oh, there's Krell's Master Sword. Master Sword, big key to Meyer, and is that a
Ganon's
small
Tower Key?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give that about a 3.
Yeah, Uli picking up a key to Turtle Rock there on that Graveyard Ledge. I mean, the Master Sword's not nothing there. But the rest of the items not terribly exciting. Misery Mire and Skull Woods. Those are our 5 and 6 crystals.
My pre-score was based on 2 for the Master Sword, 1 for the big key of Meyer, in that we do not yet know if it is a pendant or not and what medallion we need. But having that big key in your pocket is definitely reassurance, because no matter what, you have to have it to finish the dungeon.
Yeah, so we just learned that Misery Mire and Skull Woods are our 5 and 6 crystals. Krelbel, check that out by going to the bomb maker. So having the big key to Misery Mire, pretty good, especially when we
have my score to 4, 2 and 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so Ulimaniac are going to be going into... Nope, just opening up the door to Thieves Town. Looks like it's going to clear out the rest of Dark Rico first. Meanwhile, Krelbel going to be returning the Smith.
That's a very comforting key to get. You actually don't need any small keys in Key Sanity before you enter Misery Mire to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I like having that one key in case I bump into a door. It's happened to all of us. Just like that room before, the lava room in Turtle Rock, when you mean to just steal the key and you wind up bumping that door.
Yep. I think anybody who's run these a number of times knows that feeling. Ulimaniac going to be going over here to the digging game. Krelbel looks like he's going to be heading up to Skull Woods. We'll be getting that magic mirror, I presume.
Probably going to wish he'd come up here earlier, because that would have been handy for that for the Smith chain thing that he did.
Yeah, would have. All right, there's that little bit of love for Krelbel.
Now, Yuli going to be going around taking that same route Krelbel did, and I'm wondering if he's going to check that first chest of swamp. I know that I'm harping on that, but I'm really curious about it because we got the items we needed to check it really early.
Mm-hmm.
And even if nobody planned something there, as I've said on the other races that I did commentary for, people forget. Just the program that rolls this seed can do some really trolly things without anybody plandoing anything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The randomizer doesn't need you to input anything for it to be nasty. All right. There is the key there. And it looks like Krelbel did indeed get that mirror. And there's that key from Misery Meyer that Ulimaniac just picked up. And the Smith. Looks like Krelbel is going to be going to check that one more chest in the back or the middle of Misery or Skull Woods here.
I think that was a heart piece. And it looks like Yuli is committed to going ahead and doing this because he opened up Thieves Town but didn't go in.
That's true.
I think he's wanting to not go in there without the hammer. I know he doesn't have the small key yet, but it's possible that small key may be in there.
Yeah. There's the map to something. Dark Palace. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It's always rough, right? When you go into Thieves Town and you don't have that hammer, because you know that big chest is just going to get isolated. The runners have the key to it already, and so that's really, really nice. But it's just awkward. I think that's why Krelbel hasn't gone and done the bottom yet, and has just kind of done the boss. Oh, that's not right where you want to be, Krelbel. If you slide over, yeah. You can slide over to either side, I think, and it'll work. Yep. All right, there we go. Krelbel going to be checking that Master Sword we know is the Ether Tablet, or Ether Medallion. Anti-fairy, come. Go ahead.
Interestingly enough, Yuli, having not yet gone to Hyde Cave, can read the tablet here, which he probably will. But if it's something, he'll have to backtrack to collect it. I didn't catch what that was in the purple chest. Did you?
It was a key, and I missed to what dungeon. I think Dark Palace. That was Darkness. All right, Couch Cash, move along. So Bombo's tablet, not very exciting for Ulimaniac. Let's see where he goes. Now, your suspect play of the Swamp Palace, he's right over here. This is going to be the time to do it, I would think.
Oh, I can't imagine him walking right past it without checking it. Yeah, and he's gonna. No, it would baffle me if anybody just walked past it at this point. I mean, you're literally right here. Why would you not do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's got all the equipment. The only reason I would think not to do it is if you're missing some piece of equipment, but he's not. So, just check it. Especially given that this is a Plando, and that the viewer could have placed something there. The booth could have placed something there. One of the two runners could have placed something there. So, somebody wants to decide to be really mean.
And it's the bow.
Wow, there's a bow. That's really nice.
Really interesting if Pod is, well, it's not going to be low lock. It's key sanity, but with Enemizer, so scratch that. Hammer.
Wow, those are two spectacular finds for Ulimaniac. He comes up with the bow and the hammer in the two available chests there in the Swamp Palace. That's crazy. Well, that opens up a ton of things for him, does it not? It must, yeah.
Yeah, more of Swamp. all of Pod if you have the keys, all of Thieves Town if you have the keys. Hammer Pegs is open. You don't have logical access to Hera yet, but you can go up there and do all of Death Mountain pretty much except for Hookshot Cave at this point. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. And no, he would need a fire source or Balmos for some of Ice Palace.
Yeah, he's not interested in the rest of Swamp. Sorry if I cut you off there.
No.
But yeah, so it seems like maybe he knew something was up there. Now he's checking what the 2 crystals are he needs there. We already know that it's Misery Mire and Skull Woods. Now Ulimaniac has that information. So it looks like Krelbel is going to come over here to Catfish, another one of those good locations that's far away. You could plant something here, and your opponent may not go there.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Adlior. That Hammer and Swamp looks like a plant. For sure. The bow might have just been happenstance. So just some rupees on Catfish.
Yep, that's not very exciting. All right, and there's a key here on the pyramid. All right, another key to Dark Palace.
2 pod keys? Yeah, I'm going in.
Yeah, at least two keys to Palace of Darkness. And I do believe they have the big key as well.
Oh, that's right, they do. Yeah, for sure. I'm going in.
Yeah, so right, and I mean, if you're Ulimaniac, right, like not only do you have a couple of keys, you have the big key, you have the hammer and the bow. So you know, maybe you can get all the way to the end.
Maybe, because I have seen in these seeds where you go in like that, and there's 2 or 3 keys to pod in pod.
Mm-hmm.
That happens. So
it has so many keys. You don't think about it, but it has like five keys. 6, yeah. I always miscount that for some reason, but yeah, there's a lot of keys in Palace of Darkness.
If the Hammer Yump is available, which is questionable with Enemizer, you can full clear it with 4 and get every chest.
I'm sure Ulimaniac is aware of that fact. And it looks like Ulimaniac... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, he's very well aware of that.
All right. Well, I thought he was going to go up to the mountain, but it looks like he's going over to Dark Kakariko again. Maybe this is a play to Thieves Town? Whoa, Krelbel in some dark rooms. Really dangerous. He loves to live dangerously here.
He is heading to Death Mountain.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. The only thing is, he hasn't gone and gotten that hammer yet. No. So he's going to come to a halt around Hera. Yep. Whereas Yuli could do all of it. I think Yuli here is going to go ahead and dip Thieves. He will complete every part of it that he can if he doesn't find this small key. And then he's going to check Hammer Pegs, and then we'll see what he does. He might be hesitant to go into pod right now with just the 2 keys. He doesn't want to risk having to use one that he won't have to use later.
Yeah, and that I think that makes sense, right? From the perspective of you're just trying to optimize where you go when you go there. So having to go to places multiple times, it sucks, and always sucks up a lot of time. So, all right, there we see on top of Spectacle Rock, nothing terribly interesting. What's underneath of it? Nothing exciting.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I just meant that regardless of the logic intent, it would not hard require Bo for them to get there. Is all I meant.
Yeah, the logic of the randomizer still requires Bo as it places things in Palace of Darkness, but yeah, it does not take into account the fact that the enemies are shuffled. Krelbel coming up here to the Ether Tablet and getting the Compass. I think that's our first one. Compass of Ice Palace, in fact. Looks like Ulimaniac is going... Okay, nope. He's turning around. He's going to go and do some of the rest of Thieves Town here, which we did not see from Krelbel earlier. And there is the lamp. Well then, the lamp is up on Death Mountain. Does that mean the flute is somewhere available?
Absolutely.
Ooh. So the other thing there was a Quake medallion for Krelbel. So those two really nice items there. What's that?
He didn't have keys. Never mind. That was as far as he could go.
Yeah. He did not have the keys. The fire source would have opened up the basement if he had a key for a small key. But yeah, he did. No keys to Tower of Hera. There was a big key that I missed from Ulimaniac.
PR.
Turtle Rock.
Yep.
Oh. All right, Krelbel going to be going back to Dark World here, and we'll see where he heads. Big thing eluding Krelbel right now is that hammer.
He really has a small key.
He does. He came into this dungeon with 2.
Oh boy! So if there is something in the big chest,
yeah, he can get it. He has guaranteed himself to be able to get it. And that's going to be the last... no, actually, he still needs to defeat the Landmos. So he's going to have to walk out. But... yeah, see, he's prepared to go over there. Krelbel going to be doing that purple chest that we saw Ulimaniac doing earlier. I think this is where Krelbel is going to be going to get that hammer.
It's the hook shot.
Wow. That is another huge item pickup for Ulimaniac.
I would check hammer pegs and beeline to swamp.
All right, Krelbel going to be getting that small key there. All right. Ulimaniac using the ice rod here does the same damage to Lambo as the fire rod.
Doing very well too. It's really hard to get a 1 cycle with ice rod.
Yep. So now he's picked up that red pendant there that Krelbel has gotten earlier. Krelbel picking up that big 20 that we saw on the Bombos tablet. Ulimaniac just checked it, just read it. So
now I can't see Krelbel not doing this swamp check. Yeah, he's getting the mirror out. He's gonna get his bow and his hammer. And it's going to be interesting to see what he does from there. I think he's going to be a little ticked off because he was just at Death Mountain. We may see him go back to Death Mountain with that hammer.
Yeah. There is also the possibility of clearing out a little bit more of Swamp Palace. There's a lot of chests in there, So it's possible that he does that a little bit more instead of going somewhere else where he may have a little bit. Whoa, there's that flute at the hammer pegs.
Seed wide open now, and yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It turns out that Yuli made the right call by not chasing that hammer because he got hook shot.
Mm-hmm.
So if you chase that hammer right now, you're still going to wind up having to come back and dip swamp.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering, Wesker. Now what you're seeing right here, and I'm telling you guys, a lot of y'all are not familiar with Ulimaniac. He is a friend of mine. Not trying to be biased, but you're not familiar with him because he doesn't get into a lot of the dailies or the runs and everything. But this guy has a knack for sniffing out the spots.
I can guarantee you that neither of the runners got any more than 2 plants. The commentary and the tracker got a plant, and then there was a random viewer that got a plant, and none of those folks had access to the seed information except our admin and the seed rollers.
Yeah, this was done straight up legit. I can promise you that. What was that? Was that a bug net?
It was the bug net. Yup. It's interesting, he's over here clearing out the Meyer chest, or the Meyer shack. It's a bombos required for Misery Meyer, so that is the medallion we do not know. We do know that our runners are going to need to find that, as Misery Meyer is a crystal.
Okay, Krelbel picking up a small key to Dark Palace. That's 3 we know of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of like this play from Krelbel going in here to the rest of Swamp Palace. There's a bunch of chests in here that he can pick up, and just basically a whole bunch of information.
Well, yeah, I might wind up, eating my words on the turnaround. I still think that the turnaround was the better play because now after getting that hook shot, you can go back and just full clear swamp. Because Yuli also opted to not go into pod despite having the hammer and the bow and 2 keys and the big key. So, he's going to find more keys. So I think in the long run, that choice is actually going to turn out better for him, depending on what Krelbel finds in here. If he finds something like fire rod boots, something like that, well, then, okay, I'm wrong. But, I still like the play.
Yep.
Oh, I should also mention as a personal thing, if he finds powder, disregard everything I said because I would triple dip just to find that powder on this trip in an immunizer.
All right, there's the Composite Ice Palace for Ulimaniac. Krelbel, meanwhile, coming over to the left side of Swamp. What is over here? A compass to Turtle Rock. Ulimaniac are going to get the lamp here in just a moment. Probably happy to see that. I know I would be.
Yeah, because that actually makes the Dark Palace dip a whole lot better. That gives him a fire source. And now, by virtue of having the mitts, the mirror, the hammer, and the hook shot, Yuli is going to go full clear East Death Mountain.
Yes. Yeah. Ulimaniac is definitely right now in a bit of a leading position here. Krelbel not that far behind. Definitely needs to pick up that hook shot in the Thieves Town big chest.
He's going for that shovel.
Yeah, this that's pretty heads up there. You know, we said this earlier that's fetch quest waiting to happen. There's the big key of Ice Palace for Ulimaniac.
It's a key I like to have in Key Sanity. Because nobody wants to go into ice with the thought that you may have to come back just for that big chest.
Yeah.
Now we're going to find out about this shovel. Let's see if this is one of Krelbel's plants, possibly. Because I know JT had nothing to do with this seed. It's the fire rod.
All right, and there is the Bombos medallion for Ulimaniac. He doesn't know it yet, but that's Misery Mire access for him. So fire rod there for Krelbel is a pretty good find.
Absolutely.
That's going to give him the ability to go ahead and get to the back of Skull Woods. Possibly complete that dungeon.
He's heading towards the castle. Which is...
I don't know what's over here. Dark Cross is the only thing I could think of.
And he tried this before. I'm wondering if he knows something's in Dark Cross.
Yeah, could be that that is an option, that he planted something into Dark Cross. He now has this lamp, so it's going to make it a whole lot easier to get past those mimics that are there. Oh boy, and this anti-fairy and the Stalfos. Oh my goodness. Are those arrows floating around? Those are arrows?
Well, I'm pretty sure those 3 bombs were not a plant, so that answers that.
Yeah, that was not very exciting for Krelbel. But here he is. Go ahead.
I don't really understand why Yuli went through all that. He had the mitts and the mirror. He could have just went down to the bottom after he did Spiral Cave, got his portal mirrored in front of the bottom there of Paradox, went in, got that, dropped back down, come out, got his portal, come straight back up to here.
I'm not sure. All right, and it's Quake for Turtle Rock. So Ulimaniac are able to open that up, at least right here and right now. We'll see if he takes a dip in. I doubt it without that red cane.
And Krelbel doing Spike Cave here.
Yeah. This one of those far away locations. Good possibility to plant something in.
Not having half magic, that cape is drinking.
Oh yeah. He's got a green potion here, so you know, little weird thing. If you can stand behind those lamps, and there is like a little bit of a square that you can stand and not take any damage.
Just 3 bombs, so not a plant there.
No.
We were finding some bombs and some rupees in Super Bunny Cave. And as chat pointing out, ether is a trap.
It indeed is. That ether medallion not required. All right, here's a hookshot cave from Ulimaniac. Big heart, always good to see. Compass to Dark Palace. Key to Ice Palace. Phew. That Shadow Sneak wanted a piece of Ulimaniac.
Well, Hookshot Cave not being real forthcoming with anything. That small key to Ice Palace is a good convenience. There's also a small key on the floating island, which looks like he's going to go get now.
Yeah, I think anytime you see a key in Key Sanity, you cannot refuse to pick that up. You just have to get it. So we're gonna see Ulimaniac pick up that small key, find out what dungeon it's for. There is Krelbel seeing that key. And it's a small key to GT.
Now, it's going to be interesting to see what Uli does now. I'm thinking he is actually thinking about doing Spike Cave. No, he's going to flew away.
Yeah, he might not want to go into Spike Cave because he does not have a way to extend his magic.
We happen to know that he doesn't want to go into Spike Cave at all, but...
Yeah, well, that's true. Alright, looks like Ulimaniac may be making another play for Swamp Palace.
Not to mention, he has Bombos. And I promise you, he's not scared to go to Ice Palace with it.
You would want to be in the Light World if you're going to go to Ice Palace.
He has the mirror, buddy.
Oh,
he's going to get this shovel.
Yes, that's it. He's getting the shovel. And yeah, because he saw that much earlier as well. So he's going to get that shovel. Maybe he'll go to Ice Palace.
He may. The fact that he mirrored back kind of argues against. Well, no, he's still headed that way. But he can still full clear Ice Palace without
mirrored back just to go. Yeah, he might have mirrored back just to get away from that Lionel.
Yeah, there's that. Now, really interesting play here. Yuli diving right in without Red Cane or anything, no half magic. I think he does still have a bottle of magic, doesn't he?
Oh, he may have. He does have 2 bottles. I'm not really sure what they're filled with. Alright, so there he has one remaining small key to this dungeon. And there are 8 items left for Ulimaniac to pick up.
Oh, that's awesome, though. You know, having that small key. He can't do Icebreaker, okay? So he's going to have to do the normal, unless Red Cane shows up, like, right here. But yeah. He's going to have to do the normal strat. But that means when he gets to the crossroads, he can go straight right without having to go the hookshot route, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the stun prize, is that small magic?
Yes, it is. So that's a really nice thing for Ulimaniac to find out, especially in this dungeon here. Krelbel opening up that Turtle Rock now. We saw Ulimaniac do that a little bit earlier on. And we'll see how Krelbel continues around the mountain. Alright, Ulimaniac going to be setting up to go. Ooh, that Shadow Sneak wants a piece of him.
Really going to be getting a heart or 2 here, which he kind of needs.
There's one. He's got to do this bomb jump. Oof. This room's still nasty.
He needs to remember he has the hook shot.
I think he does. Alright. His lineup looks good there. Nice. First try. Alright, Krelbel picking up the, oh no! Oh no, oh no. All these bottles are empty. Oh, that is,
It's not too, I mean, yeah, But now he's by virtue of having mirror, he can just mirror the witch's hut, fill up, get some bottles, and come right back if he wants to. It looks like that's what he's doing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's you sit there, you're halfway through, and just
he checked those bottles before he went in. What he should have done after he got that shovel is fluted the witch's hut and did this, and then fluted back, and he would not be doing this. But I think Yuli has a little bit of the nerves right now. He was kind of nervous. This is his first Plando race.
Yeah,
he had a little bit of nerves. You know, he wants to do well, and that's all. It's just showing. It happens to all of us. Krelbel, meanwhile, is heading back up to Kakariko, Dark Kakariko. Well, I expected him to use that fire rod and head on up into Skull Wood for that red crystal.
No, I think this is the Thieves Town play. Or, no, you know what? He might be going over to, okay, he's going to go over to Hammer Pegs.
And Yuli actually going into Swamp at this point.
Interesting.
Now, what kind of worries me a little bit is Yuli has already done the Smith sequence and Hammer Pegs and all that, and he has Flute. There's a chance he can forget about that shovel he just went and picked up.
Mm-hmm.
And if he does, that's going to hurt him.
Yes, that fire rod we saw in the shovel spot there. Krelbel picked it up earlier.
So we know what did Krelbel pick up out of here?
Where?
Out of Swamp. I know he's already done the front.
Oh, I don't think he picked up anything terribly interesting. He picked up a compass. There was a big key in here. I don't remember where.
Okay, well, Krelbel has activated his flute, so he's going to go do his mire checks and all that.
Yeah. The major difference here that Ulimaniac has the option to complete this dungeon, having that hook shot. So that might be more of a driver for Ulimaniac to have come back here. There's that small key to Dark Palace. So that puts Ulimaniac at about 3 keys for Dark Palace.
By my count, that's correct.
Yeah. Alright, Krelbel, going to be checking out this checkerboard cave. It is green rupee, I believe. Not very exciting. Yeah, you need to not care about that.
Hey, Greg.
What was that?
I said, hey, Greg.
I'm not sure who Greg is, but all right.
Greg is the green rupee.
Oh, Greg is... Good to know. All right. Ulimaniac remembering not to flood the key.
Krelbel doing something very interesting here.
Mm-hmm.
He is stealing the key to Desert in a key sanity match.
Yep. Yep. That's... Okay. That's pretty risky. Because if that other key to Desert Palace does not show up,
No, that's why he did the death. He's safe coming. Oh yeah, there's that little talking about in there. That's why he did the death.
I see.
If there's nothing over here, he's just going to reset.
Okay. Blue mail. Mog doesn't even change colors.
I don't think that's enough to get him to risk it. It's going to have to be a major. No, I'm looking for a what? No, he saved it. All right.
He saved and yeah. So he saved. So that means if that small key doesn't show up, then
if the green pendant or the other item in desert turns out to be something, then that's bad.
Yeah. Desert Palace being the green pendant right now, probably one reason why he's willing to take that risk.
Although I point out, there's a small key to desert out there somewhere that he can find.
Oh yeah,
and deal with this, but
yeah, but if it's in Ganon's Tower, something like that. Well, I guess it couldn't be in Ganon's Tower.
And there's the big key east. Sure, it can because desert's a pendant.
Well, yeah, but it couldn't be in Ganon's Tower and lock something important.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
That's the scenario that we're talking about. It locking something important. Alright, so we are going to be coming up on the Swamp Palace boss here. Ulimaniac not having really found anything that exciting in the remainder of Swamp Palace, but a lot of chests opened, so a lot of good information there. Meanwhile, Krelbel going to be going to the back of Skull Woods. This one of the 5/6 crystals. Oh, and it's vitreous. It's a pink version of vitreous.
All right, now I know that Uli can do this fight. It just takes a bit to do it. Fortunately, he's got Master Sword, because the spin hits it takes with Fighter Sword is just ridiculous. And all he's wanting to do was get the volume of them down, so he didn't have to use up all his arrows. Now he'll pull out that bow.
Yeah. Yeah, really well done there by Ulimaniac, managing Vitreous. And he's rewarded with a lot of love.
Krelbel, meanwhile, is headed to the back of Skull Woods. We're going to find out what boss is waiting for us there.
Yeah, that Sealing Master just decided to come down at the right moment and snipe Krelbel's Fire Rod Blast. All right. Helmasaur. All right. It's not a really exciting boss fight.
This.
Because of the moving floor.
This is a shovel check by Uli. Okay. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna be glad he did this, unless this is his placement.
Mm-hmm.
Helicopter Helma.
That's nice. Keep that tail away from Krelbel.
Helmacopter, yeah, you're right. This fight can still be quite difficult, as Chad is pointing out, even though you don't have to worry about the tail.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Look at the spikes around and the moving floor. Helmsaur wants to decide to throw some fireballs. All right, so Ulimaniac.
Just a minute, okay?
Oh yeah, Ulimaniac now has that fire rod. Looks like he's heading to the back of Skull Woods. Meanwhile, Krelbel picking up that crystal. So that is one of the 5/6 crystals there. We know that from the bomb check that both runners have done. They've checked the bomb vendor. So Misery Mire being the other of the 5/6 crystals. So they're going to want to pick up both of those before they can get into the Pyramid Ferry if someone has planted something there. Or if the seed has planted something there. Items that they're still looking for, still missing. That red cane, Cane of Samaria, is something that they definitely want to find. Turtle Rock being required, looks like, from Oli's tracker, as well as Misery Mire being required. Even if Turtle Rock not being required, there's a lot of chests there. Runners are very likely to want to go in there to try to find something. If there is something else that they need. Looks like Krelbel going to be coming into the back of Thievestown now. This is going to lead him to the hammer in the big chest. Does have 2 keys here, so he's going to be able to get all the way down there.
This is an awesome move by Krelbel. He's going to be really happy he did this.
Yes, the hook shot in that big chest is really the item that I think Krelbel is looking for. The Cane of Samaria is the only other thing that I could see that our runners are currently missing, and that would put them in go mode if I'm not mistaken. Right? What do they need? The big key to Tower of Hera.
Have they found GT Big Key yet?
They have, and I believe they have 2 keys for Ganon's Tower as well. So they don't even have to go to the bottom.
Really? Go mode? No kidding.
Yeah, that big key to the Tower of Hera, which it looks like Ulimaniac has. So it's possible that that's the big key that was here in Thievestown.
Do they have enough small keys to Turtle Rock?
I don't know.
I'm not trying to nitpick. I'm just curious. I'm thinking you actually might be right, because I'll say, well, there's probably keys left, but no, they've got big and small to Mire.
They definitely have the keys for Misery Mire. They have the big key to Turtle Rock.
For Eastern and Pod for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have it for Ice. They've got the big one for Turtle Rock. They got the big. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, and that may be it, right? It may come down to finding an appropriate key set. So. Oof.
Oh wait, our tracker's saying they have not found the GT Big Key.
It's lit up on our screen. Maybe that's something else then. Okay. It looks like it's lit up on our tracker.
All right, Krelbel's got that hook shot. He's piecing out. Uli, meanwhile, tried to the helicopter tried to put the squeeze play on him down at the bottom, but he managed to spin slash his way out of it.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's the 3 small keys that are lit up that got me confused. There's three small keys to Ganon's Tower, so they're still going to need that big key, which could be in Ganon's Tower.
I'm glad you mentioned it, because it kind of drew my attention to the fact of how close to go mode we actually are.
Yeah, we're not that far away. That Cane of Samaria is the big item that the runners are missing.
And now here's Uli going for the Eastern Pod combo. Meanwhile, Krelbel is headed to Ice Palace, fully equipped to deal with it. Now this is what's going to be interesting, because if Red Cane is in Ice Palace where Uli died,
yep,
I'm giving the advantage to Krell. If it's over here where Uli's going, then that's a big find for him, because that gives him the option to do Icebreaker, going back into Ice Palace and finish that out. So this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, we know already it can't be in Turtle Rock. It could be in Misery Mire. But but we're gonna have to wait and see. So we haven't seen any of the runners go over here to the Palace of Darkness. So this is our first foray into here, right?
It is.
Yeah, and after the Pen Gator room, we haven't seen anything from Ice Palace. The Ulimaniac ran out of hearts after the bomb jump.
I'm a little surprised Yuli is doing Pod first before Eastern. He has that big key.
Palace of Darkness is... 14 chests. So that may be it.
Oh, you're right. But I guess I should have explained a little bit more. My way of viewing it is you only have 3 keys. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why would you not do Eastern, which you can full clear, and maybe you get a key or the Samaria that you're looking for to let you know, something like that. That's all I'm saying. You got a full clear versus a partial clear.
Yeah, that's fair. He may be just go moding this thing, right? The way that he's driving to the back here, this may be. I'm just gonna go off to the right here and straight back.
Yeah, he's definitely going to use this route. Krelbel, meanwhile, demonstrating how effective bombos can be in Ice Palace.
Absolutely. I love how you drop that block off, and then it just disappears. It's not ever represented in the room beneath.
Now, I didn't notice. Did Krelbel go right side first, or did he go straight this way?
He went straight this way. All right, Ulimaniac looking for that hammer yump. Krelbel coming over here to the hook shot room. Map of Swamp Palace for Ulimaniac after successfully completing that hammer yump there.
Oh, Krell doesn't have that small key that Yuli has.
Nope.
So he's running this way. Okay, I got you.
Yep. There's a big 20 for Ulimaniac. And a tempered Master Sword. Pretty good find.
I wouldn't be complaining. I guarantee you Yuli likes finding that. He's got no problem doing silverless, but nobody wants to do silverless Master Sword.
No. That is a nasty fight. And especially since we're talking about silverless Master Sword, green mail.
And Krelbel finding his tempered in Ice Palace.
Ah, that's so. Golden Sword on the table.
Can't believe it's not butter.
Ha 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 ha.
Just to point out, Yuli pulled off a pretty decent hammer yump there with everything that was going on with
that
enemizer.
Alright. Ulimaniac. Alright, gonna go back over to the left here. So it has 2 more keys.
Yeah, I believe he did it this way so that he could save the key that you would use to open the dark maze, and now he's not going to have to use the key to open the bottom end of Harmless Hellway, which is what he would have had to do if he did it normally. Which normally what you do is you go around, check your U-shaped room, come down through Harmless Hellway, come back around, hammer you up, and then you mirror back to the front. But that requires one more key than what Yuli did. That's pretty good key management there.
Yeah.
Did Krelbel get the big chest, or does he have the big key?
He did, in fact, get the big chest, and it was a big 20. So not very exciting for Krelbel on that front. All right, there is a little bit of love for Ulimaniac. And a big 20.
Helma, you know, wanting to photobomb every dungeon.
Yep.
Oh! And the
oh boy.
Red Cane.
Yeah, there it was. Cane of Samaria on the Ice Palace boss for Krelbel. That is something that Ulimaniac may be kicking himself for a little bit later on.
Yuli is heading to the boss.
Yeah, he's cleared out most everywhere else. There's the big key chest, the key chest that's underneath of that. And then, of course, there is the one chest in the harmless that room with all the spikes in it that you can get by.
So we've got a pretty interesting race here.
Oh, yeah.
Krelbel heading higher and Yuli heading to Pod Boss. This has gotten interesting. I really don't know how to call this. I would say, I guess I'm giving Krell the advantage here with that red cane, because he's basically what? GT big key, and I think maybe one small key for Turtle Rock away from Go Mode.
Yeah, that's
Wait, what's our last crystal?
What's that?
What's our last crystal? What was our last pendant?
So our last pendant was oh, we don't know. We know the green and the red, and that's it. It looks like Eastern Palace was our last pendant.
Yuli didn't go in. Okay.
Yeah. So all the crystals are known. So Krelbel has to complete the Tower of Hera, the Palace of Darkness, Swamp Palace, and Turtle Rock. Meanwhile, Ulimaniac has to complete the Tower of Hera, the Palace of Darkness, which he's completing right now, Misery Mire, Ice Palace, and Turtle Rock. So that's quite a stack of dungeons. I think you're right. Krelbel may have a bit of an advantage. Oh, an interesting way to snag an additional chest there by Krelbel by using that hook shot.
Part of that's going to turn out the way that this falls out. If I were Yuli, I would have considered a save and quit there to actually key scum and check these last two chests. That's what he's doing. Okay. He's death warping to set up a key scum.
Looks like he's going to check the one in the back first. Yeah, this is excellent key management by Ulimaniac there.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Krell is going straight
to the boss.
He knows where the GT big key is. I see no other explanation for that.
That is a possibility. All right. And Armos Knights here.
He has invested a lot of time in clearing this Palace of Darkness.
Yeah.
And thus far, it has not returned any results.
Nope. Tempered Sword. That was it. Tempered Sword. And if he had cleared out that Ice Palace, he could have got the Tempered Sword from there, in addition to the Cane of Samaria. So, well, you know.
Actually, having to check, there's 3 chests left in here.
Yes.
All right, and that's a hard reset. Okay.
Yep, there's that reset. Here is Krelbel coming into the Palace of Darkness area. Going to be going to clear that. After Palace of Darkness, he's going to be left with Swamp Palace, Tower of Hera, and Turtle Rock. I imagine he's going to go to Swamp Palace before going to the Turtle Rock or the Tower of Hera. Now, interesting here, Krelbel still missing that Tower of Hera big key.
I don't think they're really worried about that because they can Hera pot that with the hook shot.
True enough.
What's going to be the telltale here is if he just straight go modes this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't think he will.
Yeah, he's using that key, so I'm thinking he's gonna.
Yep.
Yeah, he knows where the GT big key is. There's no other explanation for what he's doing.
That is a distinct possibility.
Yuli, meanwhile, is heading up towards Hera, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like this. I really don't like this. There's no reason to come up here. You've been into Hera, and your Ice Palace has more stuff. Just from a stuff you know.
Did he find the big key to Hera?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. All right. Krelbel, meanwhile, heading right down to the boss.
Yep. Gonna be Argus. Arr. Don't ask me how to spell Argus. There's the map of Thieves Town. Because there's an H in Argus. I have no idea where it goes. Alright, Ulimaniac going to be going down to check the big chest here, getting the red meringue. And we're just about to see what the boss is here for the Tower of Hera. Alright, so for Krelbel, that leaves Swamp, Tower of Hera, and Turtle Rock. And let's see if he decides to head over to the Swamp Palace, as I suspect. All right, it's actually Moldorm up here.
At this point, Yuli's going to have to know that he's got to head back to Ice Palace, I would think.
Yeah.
And if he does, he's still in this.
Yeah, I would have thought he would have went to Ice Palace after the Palace of Darkness, but it looks like he's gonna go and check Spike Cave here. That's fine. He's up here. Might as well. And then the next move has to be that ice for Ulimaniac.
Well, it doesn't have to be. You know, if he's getting a little desperate here, he might start doing stuff like dipping mire or something like that, which I hope doesn't happen, because, you know, I say he's still in it, but the thing is, if Krelbel knows where GT Big Key is, and I'm going to assume that he does.
Yeah.
Tracker, how many small keys to Turtle Rock do they have?
I can't read it. I thought it was 3. Yep. Okay. Tracker confirms 3 small keys to Turtle Rock, and that is enough to get to the boss.
Yeah, well, then if Krelbel knows where the GT Big Key is, then he's pretty much in the driver's seat now, because he's going to have the luxury of go mode in all of these dungeons. Yep. Whereas Yuli will still be looking for that big key. Now, he's heading to Ice Palace, which is awesome. But he's going to need to have some sort of break caught there.
Yeah. And we know that the Kate of Samaria is waiting in this dungeon for Ulimaniac. And in addition to that, there is also the possibility for that golden sword. Now, these runners of these skills, they don't really need that golden sword, but it is a nice extra bit of damage. All right, Krelbel trying to do a diver down here. That anti-fairy just getting in the way.
That's why in these enemizers, I don't even try a diver down, because most of the time this is what happens.
Yeah, looks like Krelbel has decided it's not where I want to be. All right. Ulimaniac coming back in here. Gonna be attempting the bomb jump again. Gotta get through this nasty room first.
So I'm going to assume that the way that Krell did Ice Palace, he didn't plant the red cane. I'm thinking Fire Rod and the GT Big Key were his plants.
Those are possibilities.
I'm just thinking out loud. I know you can't say anything, but
I don't even know. I honestly don't remember. All right, Ulimaniac using that blue potion there, getting past the Hinox there in that room. All right, and there is the big key to Tower of Hera that Krelbel has picked up from the back of Ice Palace. So any questions about Tower of Hera for Krelbel are now answered.
you won't even have to do the hard hair pot setup.
Yeah, no, he's not even going to have to do it. Nope. All right. And is this a golden sword for Ulimaniac? Oh, anti-fairy, go away. There it is. This should be much easier here for Krelbel, this Vitreous fight. Tempered sword. Another thing that Krelbel has that Ulimaniac does not is that mail upgrade. That blue mail versus green mail.
That is true. Yuli is tanking straight green mail damage.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Krelbel going to top off his bottles.
Can you do that? Bomb jump from that side?
There's a lot of different setups for this bomb jump.
Huh. I learned it from the front side. Well, or the side to the door, not the top. Or the bottom.
Oh, and you can just getting bodied here.
Oh, man. I'm now out of magic in one of the worst dungeons to be out of magic in. Does have another blue potion. Oh, boy. Okay, gonna be using that blue potion. No chances here. Gets a small key to this dungeon.
Krelbel, meanwhile, is on his way up Death Mountain.
Yeah, this is either Tower of Hera or Turtle Rock. I suspect Turtle Rock first.
Turtle Rock, then Mirror, go in Hera, come back out. And he is headed to GT.
Yep, and that's why I suspected Turtle Rock first. We'll see. Alright, Ulimaniac gonna check the big chest here, but get that big 20. Nothing exciting.
And then he's going to go into Helma. He's going to fight. He's going to get his red cane, and he's going to get the bad news that he could have had it a long time ago. Oh, no.
No.
That death right there, is, if there was any doubt, I believe is pretty much going to seal it.
Yeah, that is absolutely not good for Ulimaniac. The big question now is, where is that Ganon Tower key?
Oh, I just got a feeling that Krelbel is going to run right to it, wherever it's at. Oh, no, and Yuli is going to do the dip into Mire.
No. I just hate to see this.
All right, and Krelbel definitely not having to get close to that door. Yeah, ice power, especially with Enemizer, can be extremely challenging.
Oh yeah, I mean most of these dungeons are. Look at them; they're upgraded to nasty.
Upgraded to nasty. I like that. I like that term. Now, Krell is still checking chests, which would lead me to believe, well, he's probably looking for maybe silvers or something.
Silvers or that sword?
That's right, because he did go mode. Oh, a nice roller there.
Yeah, you like that?
You gotta love it.
Have a roller in your face, as if that room wasn't ridiculous enough to begin with. Yeah, that is not too terrible there, having a mini Moldorm. I could think of much worse things to have.
And we're going to find out what enemy we have in Turtle Rock. We haven't seen Blind yet. We haven't seen Colster. We haven't seen Trinex. Armless Knights. Wow.
Yeah, the second set of Armless Knights.
Oh no! And Yuli finding that shroom in Mire is just going to lead him further and further away.
Yeah,
from where he needs to go.
Yeah, Trinex. Oh, I'm sorry. Trinex could be in the Desert Palace, which we're never going to see. And there's a Bloomerang for Krelbel.
Best Boomerang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Desert Palace, Eastern Palace, Trinex could be there. Right. Ulimaniac kind of having finished off the left-hand side of Misery Mire. Has 2 more keys. See what he does with them. Meanwhile, Krelbel making that play over to the Tower of Hera.
And I'm guessing this is just going to be a straight blow and go.
Yeah, I can't imagine that he does too much else here. Maybe pick up one of the chests on the way. Could drop down for the big chest right in search of those silver arrows. That's really the big thing that Krelbel might be wanting. Besides that big key, of course. The elusive big key.
Oh, there's no way he doesn't know where that's at.
Well, we don't know where it's at.
It's in GT. I'm waiting for that.
Could be.
I wonder what he did. I wonder if he put it in Tile Room.
All right, and oh, Moldorm! Right off the bat gets Krelbel. Got him. Yeah, chat pointing out something. That big key, it could be on the torch, which would mean that our runners need to find boots.
I don't see that happening because wherever he placed it, and I'm quite confident he placed it, he is not going to place that without knowing where the boots are, and he has not even looked. Unless he placed the boots somewhere in GT. So where is Yuli going now?
I don't know, but
Dark Cross?
Jinx.
He's going everywhere but where he needs to go.
Yeah.
Twice, it just hadn't turned out too well for him.
Yeah.
I hate Yuli when you're watching this tag. I'm not making fun. I really hate to see this happen, man.
It's very unfortunate that Ulimaniac twice now has been really close to exactly what he needed.
I'm gonna guess 3. I think he's gonna do the 2 hope rooms and then tile room, and it's over.
Okay, small key to Ganon's Castle Tower. Oh, there's that shooter enemy.
He's doing tile room. It's in tile room.
I can think of very little of a reason to do this other than you've planted something here. Or you suspect your opponent has planted something here.
Unless, of course, it's boots here and key on the torch.
Could be.
Ta-da! And at 154.38, Krelbel is indeed in go mode, as if there was any doubt. And Yuli is heading back to Ice Palace for the 3rd time. Yeah. Unfortunately, he's going to be getting the bad news about the time that Krell is heading into his Lamela's 2 fight.
Yeah, this is really where Ulimaniac needed to be. He was here twice, and just circumstances.
And look, I can see that, but the thing is, the way Krell did Ice Palace, unless he was just looking for, something else while he was here, if Red Cane and GT Big Key were his 2 go mode items, and if he had placed the Red Cane, I think he just would have went straight for it and then went to GT. It's still possible. I think he placed Fire Rod and the GT Big Key.
Fire Rod was in that shovel spot. That's certainly a thought. See, the only danger with placing something in the shovel spot, right, is we saw this with Tabby the other day. You don't know where the shovel is unless you place that as well. Alright, Ulimaniac telling that guard that you are not getting me this time. Here is the Helmosaur.
Helmosaur just racking up the guest starring roles on this seed.
Yeah, this must be a full boss randomized then. Because this is the 3rd time we've seen Helmosaur?
3rd or 4th, I'm not sure. I mean,
well, we saw Helmosaur in Skullwoods. We saw Helmosaur somewhere else, and here we see it again. So yeah.
And 3rd time's the charm for Yuli. Not really. but he will get his red cane on his third time. Helmet sword and ice palace.
There it was. Yep, I knew it was somewhere else. Got a pink helmet on this time.
All right. And Krelbel using that bombos very effectively.
Yeah.
Not really worried about the magic usage because he has 3 full bottles of blue. And when you walk into a room like that in Gauntlet, you bombos. You just do.
Yeah, and that, and there's a full magic decanter coming up as well, so looks like he's just opting for the bottle.
What is it that Nightwolf? Oh yeah, this room needs more bombos. And I missed it, but I'm imagining Yuli had a few swings of frustration there.
Oh yeah, they were there.
His red cane.
Yep, they were absolutely there. Ulimaniac going over to Misery Mire, one of his 2 remaining dungeons. This and Turtle Rock still yet to go for Ulimaniac. Meanwhile, Krelbel climbing up the tower here. Very, very close to Aghanim 2. Oh boy. This tower very unrelenting.
Really rollery. And look at a chain chomp.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why not?
Yeah, rollers, chain chomps. Look at all of this. And the boss is Cold Stare.
Almost fire rod. I don't see this being a big problem here.
I don't know. This seems just not right to me. You could get knocked off and everything. Oh,
which he almost did right there, actually.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Krelbel. Oh, fighting 1-2, puffs down, 3 puffs down. All right. Does have to swap from that fire rod to the there it is. And it's the boots! Our runners were never gonna get those.
No, they weren't.
There's a little bit of spite for you. Thanks, Seed. All right, here's an Aghanim 2 for Krelbel. Meanwhile, Ulimaniac coming in gonna have to flip the switch here in order to get to what is normally Vitreous. Ooh, that may have been a double there for Krelbel. And that was definitely a double.
J-Lo, I'm sorry. JT, if you're listening, this crap with Nightbot is about to get on my nerves.
There you go. J-Lo using the Nightbot command. All right, almost Knights here for Ulimaniac. At least it's not a terrible boss. Does want to avoid the vitreous goo on the floor. Will still damage him. All right, and here it is, the Ganon fight for Krelbel. Master Sword Silverless shouldn't be too much trouble. Gonna have 12 hits in each of these first modes. All right, nice use of the hook shot there to avoid the flame circle.
Yeah, handling this fight really well so far.
Yeah,
Really while it's climbing Death Mountain.
Yep.
Towards, I believe Turtle Rock's his last dungeon.
That is correct. Ulimaniac has to go mode Turtle Rock, and then it is on to the tower for him. Now, as a reminder, we will be able to reveal the picks once both runners are done. And once again, don't ask me what they were, because I don't remember.
And Krell starting that Silverless Ganon fight there. Looks like he's got it well in hand. He just wants to taunt those bats and move aside and catch Ganon as he goes by.
Yeah, this is looking about the only thing he could be doing better here is going for the triples, but that is really, really tough. But yeah, this is really well managed Ganon fight.
Yeah, Nightwolf Kane was on Ice Palace boss, and Yuli died twice trying to get to it. And it kind of pushed him away from Ice Palace for a while. He wound up full clearing some dungeons he could have go mode, which he still doesn't know where the GT Big Key is. It's pretty obvious. And that's Bacon.
All right.
Get your GGs in chat for Krelbel.
He does have to cross that threshold. We'll get an official time here in just a moment. It looks like Krelbel has finished with an official race time, GG time of 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 57 seconds. So congratulations to Krelbel, who is going to be your winner tonight. It looks like Ulimaniac has quit out of the race, so he will not finish. We're going to see if we can get these folks in here to chat with us for a little bit. And we'll chat about this race, where the picks were. And yeah, this was definitely a very, very interesting seed. We have some really, really good runners here. Yeah. These are really good runners from this group. Like a lot of the rest of the runners that we have in this tournament. Some very, very good races so far.
All right, I see we got Krelbel in the waiting room.
All right, let's bring him down on over here. Krelbel.
Hello.
So,
I need to catch my breath. I was heart racing towards the end there. I haven't done a tournament race in 3 years since the 2017 Entrance Shuffle tourney. So,
wow.
Man,
this was certainly a good showing for your first race in that long.
Oh, I've been doing a lot of like casual race, just not tournament stuff.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but thank you. That was exciting.
Mm-hmm. All right, and we have Ulimaniac joining us. GG, man. Sorry about the way it turned out. Krell, go back to what you were saying.
What can I say? I'm mad at myself. I'm really mad at myself. Man.
So should we guess what the other plant was? Because honestly, I'm having trouble guessing what was Ely's plants and what were the other two.
So let's start with your plants. What were your plants? We'll start with you, Krelbel.
Okay, I feel like mine were pretty obvious. They were the Cane of Samaria on the Ice Palace boss, and the Ganon's Tower Big Key in Ganon's Tower Tile Room.
All right.
Then you had me fooled a little bit. I thought maybe that, but I knew that Red Cane and the GT Big Key were your go mode items, and I would have figured that you wouldn't have checked all those things in Ice Palace if you knew where that Red Cane was. You just went in and got it and left. So I had thought it was maybe Fire Rod and the GT Big Key was your placement, but you said Red Cane. Okay.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of extra checks, and I think it's because I was feeling pretty good about like I didn't feel like I was stumped for too long, and also I was nervous about like even though I had a pretty strong kit, I was nervous about Ganon's Tower deaths and Ganon deaths, and so I just threw in a bunch of extra checks there for safety, which apparently worked out.
Yuli, I'm going to guess that your placements were the hammer and the hook shot.
Yeah, those were my placements.
And it was actually working for you.
Yep. I don't know how much. I don't know how much that delayed Krelbel for me for that.
Was that were they both in Swamp Palace, if I remember correctly?
Nope.
Oh
no. Yeah, the hammer was in Swamp Palace.
That's right. Hammer was the first chest in Swamp. Where was Hookshot? I can't remember.
It was Thieves Down Big Chests.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So what worked out for me there was I actually did a ladder cross keys race just a few days ago where I last locationed the vanilla Swamp small key and ended up losing by like 40 minutes as a result. And so I had that fresh in my mind when I was thinking, all right, don't put off Swamp Palace. You've been trolled there before. Just and that definitely worked out. And then for Thieves, I left the 3. Like I did the first 4 and the boss, but I left the back 3. So like that sent me back to Thieves a little sooner for the hookshot than it would have been if I'd gone in there earlier without the hammer and only isolated that last chest.
Well, I'm going to tell you one of the things, and y'all will see that on the playback, but Krelbel, in the early part, Yuli was actually a bit in the lead because of those placements. He had the hammer when he went a couple places you'd already been, like Death Mountain and all that. What Yuli really should have done is what you did, which is steal the key to Desert Palace and get that mail upgrade, because Yuli never found a mail upgrade, and it took him 3 trips into Ice Palace to get that Red Cane. He died twice. He was actually in Ice Palace before you.
I was a little worried about that because when I chose Ice Palace boss replacing the cane, I wasn't really thinking about, if I do that, then I'm gonna kind of want hammer and hookshot, and if my opponent happens to place those, then my opponent might actually get my own hand placed cane before me. So there was a little regret on that choice. Didn't think that one all the way through.
And Yuli, I know what you're saying. You're mad. You actually made the right call. You went straight to Ice. Yuli didn't even have Fire Rod yet. He found that Bombos, went and got the shovel, didn't turn it in yet, just swam straight to Ice Palace and went in with Bombos.
Oh, wow. But just not enough safeties. Yeah, Animalizer Ice Palace is scary. I definitely try to hunt for a decent amount of safeties before I'll really commit to it.
Now, I know that everybody here, except maybe you, Krell, knows exactly what the booth pick was, because as it turns out, the only one that could do the booth pick was me.
Let me guess. Validation arrow.
Hang on. My guess is going to be Flute in Hammerpeg Cave.
No, it was actually Boots in Validation Chest.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Which was not my first pick by far, because I should have thought I did about 3 picks before I came up with that one, and they had already been placed. So it was not hard for me to figure out what your placements were, Yuli, because hammer and hook shot was my first 2 tries.
Okay.
What was the audience pick, sir?
The fire rod.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh. I had to go look it up because I actually forgot what it was, but it was the fire rod on the flute
spot.
Yep.
Yeah, flute spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a feeling Uli and I were thinking along the same lines because we had a few conflicts before we could get something where we weren't trying to place the same item. And I also had that in my mind when I was thinking of I wonder if he kept trying to place the hook shot, because that was also my first attempts, because I was worried. I didn't know whether or not Uli knew how to hover, and I know that. Well, I don't know how to hover, and I know that can be a like if you do know how to hover and you place the hook shot somewhere awful, then that could be a pretty big advantage. So I was trying to do a hook shot defensive pick for my first couple tries.
Okay.
Well, any other comments from you guys? It was a really great race to watch. We really thought until we realized when you started go moding dungeons, Krell, that's when I knew you knew where GT Big Key was, and I'm like, that's pretty much when if that hadn't have been your placement, if you had to search for it, Yuli might have had a chance because he was in Turtle Rock when you GG'd. But you being able to go through and just go mode dungeons, he spent a lot of time full clearing pod for basically nothing.
Yeah, one sword only.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to watching the VOD and seeing how that race turned out. Because that was a lot of fun, and looking forward to the next several. This is the first race for me in the tourney.
Mine as well.
Yeah, this was. I mean, look, this was an awesome race by both of you guys. So it was very exciting to see what was going down. And how you both approached the race.
I am looking forward to watching the rematch. I am, and when you watch the broadcast back, my apologies. I wound up having to restream this, and I had to throw this together. I've never done a restream before, so any deficiencies is my fault. A shout out to Adlor for coming in and tracking. I know you gave up some time on a multi for that. Thank you. And also a big shout out to my son, Reverse, who without his help and input, I never would have had this ready in time, and we wouldn't have been able to broadcast y'all. He spent about 3 hours of his afternoon working so y'all can get this done. So I appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all putting on a race.
Oh, well, thank you so much for the restream, and GG again, Uli, and thanks, Adler, for tracking.
GG, thank you very much.
Yep. All right, everyone. I think unless there are any other thoughts.
No, I'm going to let you wrap it up, sir. I've been running my mouth quite enough.
All right. Since there are no other thoughts, that is going to do it for us tonight. We have another race. It's probably still going on right now. Radical Sniper 99 versus Amarath Altima over on I believe the Zero channel, Plando Central Zero. That should be happening right now. So if you want to head on over there and check that action out, you can. Tomorrow, we have a bunch of action starting at 2 p.m. We're going to have Tabby Cat 54 versus Antism. Then at 4 p.m., we're going to have DJ Darkwing D versus Evil Sparky 1. And at 6 p.m., we're going to have Ricky of Kokiri versus the Gaming Contrarian. Boy, there's going to be some crazy modes here happening tomorrow. You're going to have to check these races out. And Krelbel versus Professor Renderer tomorrow at 9 p.m. So there's lots of action to happen. Coming up. Be sure to check out the schedule. It's either here on Plando Central or Plando Central Zero. And with that, we're going to wish you the best and hope that you have a good night. And thank you for coming out.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Be sure and give these runners and staff a follow. And head on over to the other channel and check out that race. You won't be sorry. This is AG, and I'm out.